What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol AVCT for American Virtual Cloud Technologies. That is a mouthful there. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We talked about it just the other day as it was about to gap up into the Friday session. We noted that the prior candle parked itself right at the resistance trendline, right at the 50 SMA and this horizontal area of resistance around $2 even, and I have to give credit where credit is due. We certainly held the gap up above those critical areas, right? So we're still above the resistance trend line, still above the 50 SMA, still above that $2 round number. So from that perspective, again, credit where credit is due, certainly a nice move higher by the bulls. However, structurally speaking, and you'll sort of see this on the daily, right? That upper wick is not so promising, right? It would indicate a fair amount of selling pressure at and around 3, our area of resistance that we mapped out from right around in here also, where the start of the resistance trend line was. Now, if you remember what I said in the prior video, I wanted to just remind you that this stock is in a fairly aggressive downtrend, right? And it's not just going to reverse course in the blink of an eye. Now, could this be the start of a larger move? Yeah, it always could be, but there are some hallmark signs of beginning a new uptrend, notably rather, that you would pull back, form a higher low, and then continue on to make a higher high. As of right now, it's just been one directional, right? We have not seen whether or not we'll hold up for support at a higher low, or if we'll ultimately dribble back down and continue this move like this. So I don't want to be negative Nancy here, but there is some work that the stock needs to do before it proves that from a larger perspective, it will be back in an uptrend. Now, one sort of saving grace and another thing where I'll give credit where credit is due is the volume down below. If you look at the increase in volume from the Thursday session here to the Friday session, I mean, certainly a significant amount of players were willing to transact at these higher prices, which is a good thing for the uptrend potentially starting here. So let's take a closer look at the 30-minute intraday session to see what else we can learn about the activity here. What I want to do is just note that, again, we still have a little bit of gap remaining underneath us. That, of course, is a bullish thing, the fact that the gap didn't just close all the way and then dribble lower. So bullish, the fact that we're holding up here. But if we take out the fibs instead from the low up to the high, what you'll notice is that during the pullback, at first, we were holding up above the 38.2. That would have been a good thing, but clearly into the afternoon, breaking right down through that, breaking down through the 50%, breaking down through the 61.8 as well, making our way back lower. Now, as of the post-market on Friday, we're 224 by 225, so certainly not dead on the lows, just kind of at the close, right? Kind of right around this area, which coincidentally enough is a prior shelf of support here. So in my estimation, there's a couple things to watch out for. Ideally, we sort of get back above the 61.8 as quick as possible, and just for round numbers sake, that's 250. If we can get back above, then fine. I would look for some sort of bullish structure to set up for the break up and over the high of day close to 313. But if we cannot do that, if we cannot recapture the 61.8, any consolidation that happens underneath is just bearish consolidation, right? We get something that looks like this for a 30-minute bear flag, a breakdown of 208, and 2 probably, just a nice round psychological number, does bring us back down into this big range. Ultimately, the next critical support comes in at 142, and you don't really want to be involved in a 50-cent loss on a $2 stock. I mean, that's 25% loss, right? It just doesn't make sense to be holding through something like that. So there's a couple of words of encouragement here. If you are already long the stock from somewhere down here, fantastic. Make sure to trail your stop up higher and lock in some of these gains. I would really hate for some of or all of them potentially to evaporate if a larger down move does happen. Now, based on everything we've talked about, it's not abundantly clear that it's going to happen right now, but it could, again, if we do not get above that 61.8, the $2.50 mark, okay? So trail your stop up higher, consider taking some profits. If you're not long this stock already, I would say be patient and do not chase it at these levels, noting everything we've discussed from the daily upper wick, the selling pressure, and remaining underneath your 61.8 as of right now. So those are my thoughts here inside of AVCT. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.